A few years ago, off the coast of Incheon, some divers found remnants of a very old ship, but they had no idea just how old the ship actually was. Our Yim Yoonhee joins me today with this astonishing historical find. Welcome to the program, Yoonhee.
Good afternoon. Right, so they first found this a few years ago off of Yeongheungdo Island here in Korea. And, through modern technology and through years of excavation, they were actually able to identify the actual age, and it's much older than people had originally anticipated. So take a look. 4 years ago, off of Incheon's Yeongheungdo Island, remnants of a large wooden ship were discovered, along with its contents, including what looked like ancient celadon pieces. Rusty iron pot pieces, along with some pottery, were recovered, as was a worn piece of wood from the hull of a ship, finally revealing the truth that was shrouded behind years of mystery. During the 2 years of research, towards the end, the truth was finally recovered. And indeed, the vessel was much older than originally anticipated. In fact, it was over 2,000 years old, coming from the Silla Dynasty. The shape of the ship is completely different from any other ships recovered from the Yeongheungdo Dynasty, further proving its ancient origins.
Yeongheungdo Dynasty vessels usually have 3 levels, but in the case of Yeongheungdo ship, the base only has a single tier, and the sides are shaped like an L. So the absence of the other 2 levels and the shape confirm it is from the Silla Dynasty.
Through carbon testing, the samples showed they're from the 8th century, reaffirming researchers' predictions about the ship coming from the Silla Dynasty, instead of the later Yeongheungdo Dynasty. But it's what was inside of the ship that's most important. The many containers and pots recovered are now being treated as priceless historical treasures.
There are no legs and the bottom is very deep. It's also very large. Overall, the shape signifies that this iron pot is from the Silla Dynasty from the Hwangnam-dong area or the Changmyeong-Marungmi area. The iron pots and shapes are very similar.
The unique textures and designs shed new light on the Silla Dynasty, as does the discovery of the various dyes used then, also found within some of the containers. One thing, however, is now certain, that this is the oldest sea discovery to be found in the waters of Korea.
So did they say how many pieces in total altogether were actually found?
So they actually found a little over 850 different celadon pieces and different pots, iron pots, and so a very big, a very large find.
850.
850, yeah. So as you saw in the report, many of them are actually completely intact, which is an amazing discovery after all these years. But it's very interesting. The vessel they found it in, they actually originally believed it was a vessel used to transport timber during the Yeongheungdo Dynasty. But as the report said, when they researched, they actually found that it's much older and it's from the Silla Dynasty.
So it was the boat's shape that hinted to the possibility of it being much older than a ship originating from the Yeongheungdo Dynasty.
Right, so they're saying this L shape of the sides of the boat, they said this is actually originating from the 5th century to 9th century. It's a style found then, and so this particular find falls into that category, and it does differ from the later Yeongheungdo Dynasty designs. But it's interesting, 2,000 years later, the bulk of the ship that they found, they said it's about 6 meters long, 1.4 meters wide, which is after 2,000 years in the water, over 2,000 years in the water, is still very much intact. And so it's a big historical find, a big archaeological find for people, for the history and culture of Korea. And so a very good, precious find for us to keep.
Valuable finding as well. All right. Thank you very much, Yoonhee, for bringing this story to us today.
It was a pleasure.